Imagine being a deep sea diver within the late 1950s. You're on a routine dive that you've done countless amounts of times before without fails or without complications. You then find the underwater city of Rapture, which to you is astonishing. You're then captured, taken to Persephone, and then converted into an Alpha Series Big Daddy. That is the reality of Subject Delta. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about the story of Subject Delta, and we're going to dive deeper into his backstory as well. So without further ado, sit back, relax, and enjoy the story of Subject Delta. Before his arrival in Rapture, the man who would become Subject Delta was a deep-sea diver who conducted an investigation of the many ship and submarine disappearances in the Atlantic Ocean southwest of Iceland. While surveying the area in an advanced diving chamber, he accidentally discovered the hidden city of Rapture. He was accepted into Rapture, becoming something of a celebrity for his heroics and nicknamed Johnny Topside by articles in the Rapture Tribune. Stanley Poole, a journalist, had written a story on Johnny Topside and brought it to Andrew Ryan's attention. Ryan did not trust the visitor's story and was convinced that he must be a government agent sent to spy on Rapture. Ryan had him incarcerated at Persephone Penal Colony. Thus, he effectively disappeared from the public eye and was put in with other exiled citizens who had worked against Ryan's philosophy or posed a threat to Rapture. As a prisoner in Persephone, he was contracted out by Augustus Sinclair as a test subject for research of atom products. He was labeled Subject Delta and was transferred to Fontaine Futuristics to be used in various plasmid experiments performing in the plasmid theater to amaze crowds of Rapture's citizens. Eventually, he became one of the candidates for conversion into a Big Daddy. He endured strenuous genetic and physiological conditioning, losing much of his free will in the process, and becoming the first Alpha Series Protector model to successfully bond to a little sister. His bond partner was Eleanor Lamb, the daughter of Rapture's psychiatrist Sophia Lamb, who had been incarcerated in Persephone some time before. During New Year's Eve of 1958, Eleanor and Delta began the normal rounds of harvesting Adam. Eleanor was attacked by 4 splicers, and as Delta fought to protect her, one of the splicers used a hypnotized plasmid on him. The splicers were Sophia Lamb's agents, and Lamb herself used the hypnotize effect to force Delta to kill himself in front of Eleanor by a shot to his head with a Luger pistol. As Eleanor grew up in her mother's care, she still remembered her father, Delta, and longed for a way to bring him back. Through her influence over the little sisters, she managed to find Delta's body and extract a gene sample. She used this sample to calibrate the Vita chambers to his genetic frequency. She also contacted Bridget Tenenbaum, requesting her aid in undoing psychological conditioning that had been imprinted in Delta's mind when he was a Big Daddy. Roughly 10 years after Delta's death, Eleanor's plan succeeded in bringing her father back. Subject Delta is revived in a Vita chamber in the Adonis Luxury Resort. Having no recollection of the previous 10 years, Delta is unaware of the city's situation and has no knowledge of the downfall of Rapture. He is greeted by a distorted radio transmission from Bridget Tenenbaum and receives a strange vision of a girl's face with the word Father when he finds a gift of the Electrobolt plasmid. He returns power to a broken generator in the level to open a door. Tenenbaum then speaks to him more clearly, promising to tell him all that she knows of his past if he will travel to meet her in the station ticket booth in the Atlantic Express train yard. Delta meets a big sister who destroys a window, forcing Delta to make his way through onto the seabed. Delta begins his journey to Tenenbaum, but is assaulted by splicers loyal to the Rapture family in a trap laid for him by Sophia Lamb. He survives, but Lamb continues to follow his progress through the city, contacting him through the radio and calling on splicers to attack him. Eventually, he reaches Tenenbaum, who has several little sisters with her. She briefly tells him of the situation in the city and what little she knows of his own background. Tenenbaum tells him to find Augustus Sinclair and follow his instructions to reach Fontaine Futuristics to find his bonded little sister Eleanor. Tenenbaum escapes while Delta takes on a wave of attacking splicers, then he departs on a train afterwards. Contacted by Sinclair, Delta is guided through Rhine amusements, uses some little sisters to gain Adam, and fights another big sister. A newly obtained plasmid incinerate is used to clear the ice blocking the train. Subject Delta meets Sinclair before they depart and continue onto Pauper's Drop. There, they are trapped by a citywide lockdown initiated by Lamb and forced to find Grace Holloway in the Sinclair Deluxe to get a security key from her. As Delta makes his way through one of Rapture's old, poorer districts towards Grace's apartment, he learns more about Grace's history with Eleanor and why Grace holds such a strong grudge against Delta. When they finally meet face to face, Delta has the choice of whether to kill or save Grace by letting her live. After he obtains the key from Grace, Delta and Sinclair continue in the Atlantic Express train on their way to Dionysus Park. As they approach the park, the train is hit by a torpedo launched by Simon Wales in Siren Alley. Delta is thrown from the train car and lands on the ocean floor, while Sinclair continues on to Dionysus in the damaged train car. Dionysus Park had been flooded for a long time, and Delta must hurry to drain it, using the pumping station in Siren Alley before oxygen runs out in Sinclair's train car. Siren Alley is heavily guarded by Simon Wales and loyal splicers of the Rapture family. After Delta defeats these opponents, he uses a control in the pumping station to drain out all the water from Dionysus. To demonstrate how little regard she has for Rapture's people versus her utopian plans for Eleanor, Sophia Lamb floods Siren Alley, killing anyone remaining there. Delta, safe in his diving suit, walks through the flooded Siren Alley, back out to the seafloor and into Dionysus Park. In Dionysus, Delta meets Stanley Poole, an ex-journalist and a spy for Ryan who was instrumental in Ryan's arrest of Sophia Lamb. Stanley had locked himself in the security booth of the train station and refuses to let the train pass until Delta has dealt with every single little sister in the level. After Delta deals with each little sister, Eleanor Lamb tells him about the memories hidden in the harvested atom, which Stanley had not wanted to be discovered. Delta learns Stanley had years previously flooded the entire park, killing all the people inside. He was also the one who handed Eleanor over to be made into a little sister. Delta hears that Stanley gave away Johnny Topside to Ryan, resulting in him being sent to Persephone. Stanley opens the way for the train to leave, but Sophia Lamb unlocks the train booth, giving Delta the choice of whether to take revenge on him or to spare him. From Dionysus, the Atlantic Express train moves on to Fontaine Futuristics, their destination. Delta hopes to find Eleanor here, but she is actually in Persephone, which can only be accessed by getting a genetic key from Gilbert Alexander. Because of Sophia's utopian experiment, Alexander has gone insane, but has left messages from before his insanity for anyone who would come in the future. These messages ask to end his life. Following his instructions, Delta gets through the main building and enters the hidden labs of Fontaine Futuristics. Delta sees what Sophia Lamb's experiments have caused Alexander to become. Delta takes a genetic sample for the key from Alexander, and Alexander's pre-insanity recordings urge Delta to end his life. Delta finds Eleanor in the Persephone detention facility, sealed in a decontamination chamber. In an effort to kill him once and for all, Sophia Lamb suffocates Eleanor to stop her heart just long enough to break Delta's bond with her and to bring his death. Sophia's plot almost succeeds, but with Eleanor's help, Delta is freed and works with Eleanor to escape in a quote-unquote lifeboat submersible owned by Augustus Sinclair. Delta must defeat Sinclair, who was revealed to have been captured by Sophia and transformed into an Alpha Series Big Daddy. To force Eleanor to join her, Sophia orders her followers to detonate explosive charges on supports of the hanging complex of Persephone, so as to drop the entire structure into the trench below. Eleanor, using the powers she had gained from the atom treatments her mother forced on her, teleports herself to the rising escape submersible just as the final charges detonate. She reaches out and attempts to teleport herself and Delta along with her, but the explosives detonate before he can get close enough to grab her hand. Delta is close enough to the rising submersible to grab onto the railing on its outside and climbs onto it as it floats towards the surface. The end. Delta is able to survive long enough to reach the surface with Eleanor. However, his wounds, as well as his broken bond with Eleanor, prove to be too much for him, and by the time they reach the surface, the Protector is breathing his last breaths. Depending on the player's choices throughout the game, one of several outcomes are possible. In the end, Eleanor either preserves Delta's essence within herself by extracting his atom, or she allows him to pass without doing so. And that does it for the story of Subject Delta. If you guys did enjoy it, please let me know down in the comment section below, because I did work hard on this video and I do hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want to see more lore videos from me, feel free to let me know down in the comment section below. I read and try to respond to all comments, so put it down there. If you guys did enjoy the video and want to see more, would you kindly hit that like button? It helps me out a ton, it shows your guys' support, and it helps get the video out there. Also, if you want to make sure you don't miss another video or a live stream from me, would you kindly hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications to never miss anything I do, and share the video with a family member or a friend. Again, it would help me out a ton. If you guys want to talk to me outside of YouTube or stay up to date with me, you can follow me on Twitter or join my Discord server. Both links will be down in the description below. And if you guys want to check out some previous videos, they'll be up on the screen now. All you have to do is click on them and it'll take you straight to the video. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and with that being said, I will talk to you guys in the next video. Take care.